sing them, baby?
They do their hunting at night. The females do the hunting. The males stay back, guard the pride. During the day, lions see about the same as humans. At night, their vision is 6 times better. They have a sandpaper-like tongue. It lets them lick meat off the bone. Ahead of us on the left side, right by that tree there. The cheetahs, they are the fastest land animals, capable of
Over here, they're going to be over here too.
70 miles an hour. They're one of the few cats whose claws are always out, helps them keep traction while they're running. Also use their tails like a rudder on a boat to change directions as well. One of the few large cats do all their hunting during the day.
See it?
Cheetahs away. Elephants, they get to be over 13,000 pounds. They are about 300 pounds when they're born, and their mothers are pregnant for 22 months. You might see an elephant throw dirt on their back. Some is a dust bath. It protects their sensitive skin from the sun. Also helps to keep the insects away.
Let brother see too. Brother!
Leaves at the top of a tree. Another good sign you're entering into elephant territory? Well, there's some elephants. Out there to the right, those are African elephants. We can tell they are African elephants because they have the large ears. You may see them waving their ears. They're not just saying hello. It's one way they keep themselves cool. Up here on the left, there's some mandrills. They're the largest species of monkey in Africa. Very distinguishable by their red and blue faces. Male mandrills get to be about 100 pounds. Females, they'll only get to be about 35 pounds. See those elephants on the right again as well. Elephants, they can eat about 300 pounds of food every day. They can drink about 40 gallons of water every day, and they'll hold about 5 gallons of water inside of their trunks. They have thousands of muscles in their trunks. They are so precise with them, they can pick a dime up off the ground. They actually have more muscles in their trunks than we have in our entire body. You may notice the horns on top of a giraffe's head. Those are ossicones. They're actually soft when the giraffe are born, and they harden up over time. Now it is the animal's home, and they have the right of way, and as you can tell, they know it.
Looks like a male.
Just go and slowly creep back behind the giraffe here. Painted dogs due to their coats. They're some of the most successful hunters on the savannah. They catch their prey about 90% of the time. They are not related to domesticated dogs or wolves. They are a completely different member of the canid family. And unlike dogs and wolves, they only have 4 toes on each foot. It helps them take a longer stride when they're running. On both sides of the truck, you're going to see some wildebeest. Wildebeest are also known as gnus. That is spelled G-N-U due to the low grunting noise they make. Wildebeest, they travel with some of the world's largest herds with numbers that reach up to 1.5 million. A little bit farther back there, you'll see some sable antelope. Sable antelope are quite unique in the fact that they will stand their ground against predators and not back down. You may notice how their horns angle to the back. Those actually help them to get lions off their backs. See those wildebeest here on both sides of the truck again. When wildebeest stampede, they will blind run, so they basically just close their eyes and go for it. These smokestack-shaped formations are termite mounds. The termites make those out of dirt, dung, and saliva. They bake out in the sun, get as hard as cement. Many of the animals on the savannah will use them like scratching posts. Some might even hop up on top. Are growing out of the top. Now they only have leaves for 3 months out of the year. They store up to 1,000 gallons of water inside their trunks. That's where they get their other nickname, the Tree of Life. During the dry season, elephants will go up to the baobab trees, stab their tusks in, and try and get some of that water out. But now we're going to be heading into the savannah, and when we come around this corner, you're going to get a wonderful view of it. Here in the savannah, you may find many of your favorite animals, such as giraffe, elephants, and lions. Now, I do see some animals up ahead, so we're going to come around and get a closer look. If you take a look out here to the right, there's a giraffe. They are the tallest land animals. They're about 6 feet tall when they're born, 18 to 20 feet tall when they are fully grown. And a herd of giraffe is also known as a tower.
A tower.
There's 9 species of giraffe in the world. All the giraffe here on the reserve are Maasai giraffe. You can tell a Maasai giraffe because they have the rigid edge spots. Coming up ahead of us here, there are some Hartman's Mountain zebra. They are black with white stripes. You can tell that by the color of their muzzles. Zebras, they will oftentimes merge their herds in with other slower animals' herds. That way, if a predator comes around, they can outrun them all. A herd of zebras is also known as a dazzle. When zebras are born, they're born with their legs fully grown. The rest of their body just kind of grows into them. And we can tell these are the Hartman's Mountain zebra because if you take a look at their bellies, you notice the stripes do not go all the way around. Also, if you take a look at under their necks, you'll see they have a little extra pouch of skin there. It's called a dewlap. It helps them with blood circulation. It helps to keep the animals cooler. They can open their mouths 180 degrees. That exposes their 18-inch long incisors. Also out there to the left are some Nile crocodile. They get to be about 15 to 18 feet long. That is as long as a giraffe is tall. Now they do have very powerful jaws that are capable of closing with around 2,000 pounds of pressure. They can hold their breath for 2 hours under the water. Their diets do mainly consist of fish, but they will eat anything that comes down to the watering hole.
Spit him up.
Now straight up in the air from a standing still position. The male kudus have horns, the females do not. The bongos, both males and females do have horns. Now we're going to head on over to the Safi River. Most of the animals here, they like to hang out in and around the water. So that's where you're going to want to keep your eyes.
Keep your eyes on the water.
Now down here at the bottom of the hill on the right side, you're going to see a couple of Nile hippos. Now they will usually spend most of their day inside of the water. That helps to protect their sensitive skin from the sun. It's such a nice day outside. Even the hippos are coming out and enjoying it. Now, if they wanted to, they could sleep underwater as well. They could hold their breath for about 8 minutes. When they need to take a breath, they float to the top, take their breath, sink back down to the bottom. It's just like rolling over in your sleep for you and me. There's a few more out there to the left as well. A herd of hippos, also known as a bloat. They don't actually swim, they just walk and hop along the bottom of the riverbed. And despite the fact that they do look incredibly cute and cuddly, hippos are actually one of the most territorial animals in the entire world. So usually if you see hippos, you do not see too many other animals hanging around. Those white and gray birds are pink-backed pelicans. No, they don't look pink now, but during mating season, the feathers on their backs, they do change colors. A group of pelicans is also known as a pod. They are one of the oldest